What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 4 of Four Side Football. Today, we're going to be talking about Group C, D, and E at the World Cup. I'm joined by my two friends over here. They can introduce themselves.
Alejandro.
Randy.
Unfortunately, we don't have Russo today, just because he's busy at work, but he will be joining us next week.
I know we miss them already. All right, so we're going to start off with Group C and what the standings are going to look like. So, Ali, you want to start us off with your fourth place team?
Yeah, sure. So, fourth place is gonna be a surprise, but unfortunately, I have the top goal scorer Lewandowski out, so I have Poland in fourth.
Okay. For me, I got it's pretty simple for me. Saudi Arabia.
I'm with Randy. I think Saudi Arabia is going to finish fourth in this group, even with Lewandowski out. I don't think they have the star power to get any further than fourth, unfortunately.
All right, so third. Oh no, we're going first, right? Because everyone knows how this group's gonna finish. So
Might as well.
first, I have
I think a lot of
Argentina,
us,
of course.
Argentina to first. Like, there's no question.
yeah, Argentina's finishing first in this group by far.
All right, and then second. Sorry, as you guys can tell, I'm a big Mex fan. I've almost all my whole life I considered it my second team. Um, but I have Saudi Arabia in second.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Hot take there. I like it.
Nice. Interesting. Very interesting. So, for second, I got Poland. Even though Lewandowski's out, I think they still have enough power, star power to make second. So I got them second.
Everything Randy just said is what I was going to say. I got Poland in second as well. I think they can battle through that adversity and play as a team and, yeah, make it to the round of 16.
And then of course we all have Mexico in third, I'm guessing. So
Yep.
Yeah, Mexico's third for me.
oh man, my poor Mexican brothers. Yeah, this is the first time in I think like 30 years they won't make it out of the group stage. They're one of the most the teams that makes it out of the group stage the most, right behind Brazil. But just quick thoughts, quick notes. Mexico's not in form. I think that's the reason why we all picked you guys both picked Poland.
Mm.
They can't seem
Yeah.
to finish. And the morale in that team is just really bad. I spent some time in Mexico this year. A lot of people are surprisingly very scared. Usually they are very excited. As you know, Mexico has the one of the biggest followings, but everyone is scared, and for good reason. The morale around the team's not good. They don't like the coach. The coach isn't in a good relationship with the federation. He hasn't get the best picks. A lot of people kind of want to leave the team. We have Hernandez who just came back from Atletico Madrid, not even doing well in Houston MLS. So, I mean Herrera, my bad. Um, but the reason I went with Saudi Arabia is just because I feel like in this group specifically against Poland and Mexico, they're a team that does well on the counter. You know, they also are really good defensively. It's very hard to break them down. If you look at their past few games, they've lost by one or they tied. Uh, if you look at them, they faced USA recently. They tied 0-0, pretty much with the AB team. They've played Croatia yesterday and lost 1-0 in extra time, which is it's a big statement. And Croatia wasn't playing with a B team either, playing with Modric. Everyone was there. So I look at that and I think to myself, if Poland is a team that struggles in the midfield and is only good at attacking, but Saudi Arabia is a great team at defending, that game could end 0-0. If we look at them against Mexico, a team that's just not doing well at all, but is a very clutch team, I feel like that game's where it's going to determine everything. And where Saudi Arabia, we could see a game where it just takes one counterattack to finish, 1-0 and off to the round of 16.
Some very good insight. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. You got a lot of good points there, to be honest. A little like it's like you're making me rethink about it, but no, I'm gonna keep my prediction.
Yeah, because I think everyone was right to question Mexico for this group, but I think they just had the wrong team. I know Poland's a European team, but they did get lucky. They did have one less game qualifying because of Russia. But honestly, if we were to look at it in that way, I don't think they would have made it out, you know? So, but I could see why everyone is going for Poland. So I want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, like I mean, I haven't looked into Poland that much, but just with the other players that they got in Mexico not having good form recently. Saudi Arabia don't know too much about, but if you say they're really good you know, they have a good defense, they could pose problems. It's valid. But you know, Poland have pretty good players. So I'm gonna stick with it and be safe and just say they're gonna go second. And Argentina, I think they're gonna win every single game. I think Messi's and Julian Alvarez, I feel like he's gonna have a really good World Cup. You know,
I could
he's
see that
young.
too. Yeah.
He kind of reminds me of a little bit of Aguero, but hopefully he can be better for the national team with them. Even though Aguero was good, but you know, maybe he can be better than him. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I think Argentina's going 3-0 in this group. But I'm gonna stick with Poland in second. I just think the players they have is enough to make it to the round of 16. And like you said, with Mexico's problems, the fans are calling for, the manager's dismissal. And a little hot take for me, I feel like if Mexico does finish third in the World Cup, this will be the last of what, by the way, I apologize. Who is Mexico's manager again? The name
Tata
is
Tata
escaping
Martino.
me. I think they dismiss him right after the World Cup if it's a third place finish. That is a hot take of mine.
Oh no, that's not hot at all. He's
No,
out.
he's no, he's out. All right.
The only reason he's in right now is that there's right before the World Cup, but they're dying to get rid
waiting
of
for him
So
to
wait, so you don't think, let's say they do finish second, you still think he's out after the
him.
World Cup or maybe down the line?
They could make it to quarterfinals, and I'll tell you this much: he'll leave. They don't even have to kick him. He'll leave. If they make it to the round of 16, they'll. It's pretty much. Is he fired or does he quit? Which one's gonna come first? Because
Oh, okay.
even if they don't fire him, he'll definitely quit. He's tired of Mexico, and Mexico's tired of him. But
All right. So this is might be his last tournament, as Mexico manager. So you better make the most of it.
one last thing I have to say quickly. I totally forgot. So, um, Saudi Arabia has lost some games to Colombia and Venezuela. Very surprising because Saudi Arabia finished first in their qualifying, and as you know, Venezuela finished last. But one of the reasons I have them making it through is if you look at the games they've had, they've been progressing a lot recently. And one thing that I think people are forgetting is Saudi Arabia is pretty much right beside Qatar. So that following, that crowd, you could believe that there's gonna be a lot of Saudi Arabians there supporting their team. So it's almost kind of like the closest thing to ever get to a home game, you know? It's almost their World Cup too in a way. But and yeah, I just want to say sorry to my Mexico fans. I have a lot of Mexican friends out there and I love this team and it really hurt me to put them in third. But I'm sorry guys. And the La 3 to L3. Um Yeah. And then I'll be wearing my Argentina jersey for the knockout stages. I have one, but I had to wear my Mexico one.
All right. Should we move on to Group D? Who we thinking will be bottom of the table?
All right. So bottom of the table, this is I think a lot of people agree. Australia,
I'm actually going with Tunisia.
Tunisia.
Tunisia to go fourth, yeah.
Same as same with me. Tunisia, fourth place in this group.
All right. And then for third, I have France.
Wow.
Damn.
That is a hot take right there.
He thinks the
Um,
curse is real.
Yep. I got Australia third. I don't think France are gonna do that bad, but I think Australia's will come third.
Again, me and Randy have the same so far. Australia, third place for me.
So first I have Denmark, which leaves Tunisia in second.
Wow, that was a crazy one. I got Denmark first, and then France second.
Me, I don't believe in the curse. I think France is gonna, claim the top spot. Denmark second.
So I know what the viewers or future viewers are gonna be thinking, Alice, what's wrong with Ali? This guy's crazy.
You're
First
crazy or freaking you can see the future.
first it's Uruguay, then it's Germany, now it's France, you know?
Mm.
Saudi Arabia, crazy pick. I'm telling you, I'm not doing it on purpose. I might be crazy, but I have for example, I have a pool, right? I have a betting pool with my family, and I did put France in second. But if I could go back, I would put France at third because I was really confident in them. I was like, okay, like this Chris ends, France, crazy team. We all know. Everyone knows that France, every player out there is world class.
Yeah.
Even a good amount of their bench is really good. You know, but Pogba out, Conte out, Nkuku out, Varane back from injury, Kunde back from injury. It's a little concerning. And honestly, when I saw Nkuku get injured at the practice, it um it honestly made me think like, is this Chris real? What are the chances that
Just because it keeps on getting worse for them, and it's
yeah, like I thought that was the end of it. They're going to Qatar. They're pretty much there. And on the last day of training, Nkuku gets injured. What else? This if that is not a curse, I don't know what is. Like I'm not gonna be surprised if like Mbappe sprains his ankle walking into the field.
Oh, wow.
yeah.
So uh, that's the only reason I have France in third is because the curse is kind of scaring me. I'm a very superstitious guy, and I don't know. I I just picked any Tunisia or Australia. I was like, which one? Okay, Tunisia looks decent. I'm gonna pick Tunisia. But that's the only reason I have to go for them. And if I really want to get in depth with it, you know, talked to Randy about the other day with this. You pointed out that their midfield doesn't look that strong. As soon as the starting lineup one has to sub out, it kind of has a little bit of a drop.
They don't really have depth in the midfield. If
Hmm.
someone gets injured, they're screwed.
Hmm. And then you look at the defense, right? It's really good,
Mhm.
but you have to think, okay, how? And I talked about this with Alessandro the other day. How confident would you be if you're the coach to put a Varane and Kunde, who have kind of been injured? They're not totally back in form.
Yeah.
Would you want to start them that first game, or would you wait to play them the second game against Denmark? Because they have pros and cons, right?
Mhm. I
But
mean, I'd probably start Koundé over Varane because like Varane he picks up too many knocks. Even though Koundé has been injured, I think twice already. Um, he at least gets a stretch of games before at least he gets injured. I'd be more comfortable putting Koundé in, even though I value Varane a little better now because he has that experience with the team. But I probably put Koundé and Saliba as the first game, and then after put in Varane against Denmark.
so the Barcelona and
It's not being
Arsenal back.
hey, the class. It does not mean bias.
No, no, no. I agree. I said it yesterday. I would put Saliba too. I'm not totally sure about Kunde, just because it does look like he is a sub anyways for the team.
Yeah.
Hernandez might play. Uh,
They might actually put him at right back uh,
yeah.
instead of Pavard, but that's up to the coach, right?
It is right. Like they have so many options, but the point is like he has to be very careful because I could easily be wrong. If there's one pick that I think I could be wrong about through all of these, it is this one because this one is just pure superstition.
Mm.
But it's just bothering me how much bad luck they keep getting. It's kind of crazy. Like I don't think I've ever seen this in sports ever. And Benzema is also a big question mark. There's reports that he has just been resting for the World Cup, and the injuries haven't been too severe. He just doesn't want to risk anything. If that's the case, I think that's amazing. But if he is lying, that could also be he. If it's the exact opposite, he's been super injury prone, and what happened if that first game he gets a knock, you know? But yeah, that's my thoughts on Group D.
Yeah.
Guess we'll see if the curse lives on. Should we move on to Group E now? Let's see. This is I think one of the groups that we can maybe call Group of Death. In my opinion, I would maybe give it that title, but I don't know. It's what we thinking? Fourth place, Alec.
think it's easy. I'm sorry, Ticos, but Costa Rica.
Yeah, I got the same thing. Costa Rica.
Same here, Costa Rica. Like when I look at the squad, but they have legends playing maybe their last World Cup, but it's an aging squad. There's not a lot of youth there for me. That's really eye-opening, and I think it's gonna be a tough time for them. I don't see them winning a game. Actually, that's my take on them. But
Wouldn't be.
hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong.
Mhm.
I'm so scared to say this, but third place Germany.
Oh my God, again.
Wow,
These hot
hot
take.
takes all around today, Alec. Come
Mr.
on.
Hot takes, man. I got Japan third. I think that's safe to say. I think they'll do pretty good, but um, they'll fall short.
I agree with you, Randy. I think they're going to have a good showing, but just fall short on second place. Japan third as well for me.
Um, for first place, I have Spain.
Yeah, for me it was a little difficult. Um, because I know Germany is a good team, but I got I got Spain first. I trust in Luis Enrique.
And we're all in agreement because Spain is top of the table for me as well.
That's great. But so what obviously that leaves Japan in second for me. So I did write this a couple days ago or yesterday. Um the reason why I put Germany in third was because Timo Werner, top one of the top goal scorers for Germany right now. They have a really bad case of lack of depth in the team. If you look at their team, they actually really do. It's surprising. You'd think Germany would have a lot of depth, but this team is very, very delicate. And saying that, there's a big question mark around the right back Klosterman, and because he did get injured yesterday, so uh, Japan's just really strong. Almost the same thing I could say about Saudi Arabia. Great defense. They kind of remind me a little bit of an Ecuador. They have hidden gems everywhere, like sleepers, all spread out throughout Europe. And Spain's great. Costa Rica again. I think they got really lucky. I think this is more of a last run for them to make the tournament. Now they're at the tournament. Just enjoy it. Los ticos, puro vida. That's their saying. So just enjoy this tournament, puro vida. The one thing that is concerning about my pick for Japan is, like I said, I made this yesterday. Japan did lose, which is good news for Alessandro here to Canada today. 2-1, which really surprised me, because Canada just lost to, was it tied or lost to Bahrain?
It tied 2-2 to
Tied
Bahrain.
2-2, which wasn't really a good result.
Not really encouraging.
Mhm.
Well,
So,
Alec, mind you, even though it was a loss, it was a last minute pen. But yeah, we were outplaying them. We had far more shots than them. I thought we were definitely the better team today. But uh, still high hopes for Japan. Hopefully it doesn't knock them too much in a couple
yeah,
of days.
I hope so, because honestly, I'm a big Japan fan. I saw them play this year against Ecuador, and man, their goalie, he is good. If there's someone that from this Japan team that's gonna get noticed, have a big upgrade, it's gonna be that goalie because he's really, really good. Um, but like I said, great defense. Very intimidating. They have really big, strong guys at the back. Their center back plays on Napoli. We know Minamino used to play for Liverpool, and then Matoma plays on Brighton, who's really doing well this year. So those are my star guys to pick out for. Um, just don't sleep on Japan. If there's one team to be confident in, I think it's Spain. I think a lot of people out there are doubting Spain, but gotta remember they almost made the finals this Euros. So
And coming from an Italian fan, they could have, if it wasn't for Pens, definitely could have won that game. I think their young players, obviously Gavi, Pedri, Fati, they're carrying Spain. That's the next golden generation. They're gonna be a team to watch for many years to come.
Yeah, for sure. Even I love even Luis Enrique when he was at Barca. The way he has his players playing, it's really nice to watch. So, and he's doing that with Spain. So, um, I think one player to watch out. Obviously, like I feel like Pedri's gonna have an amazing tournament with Gavi as well. But Fati, he hasn't been that great this season. Everyone thought he was gonna take that jump, but they excluded him from the national team the last um friendlies, and I thought maybe he wasn't gonna make the team, but they brought him in, and I think he's gonna have a really good tournament. He's gonna really show everyone that he does deserve that hype, and I hope he does because I love the kid. He also scored today as well. I forget what team it was they played against, but you know, if he can continue that for them, they'll have a really good group. And then Germany, you said they lack depth, but second lock. I'm sleeping on Japan. I don't think they're that great, but they'll come third. So yeah, that's really much it.
Yeah, no, those are really good points, Randy. Um, the only thing is, I don't think Gavi is that good, because I think he's really overrated.
Oh
But yeah,
my.
I think Fedri will have a pretty big showing at this World Cup. Luis Enrique is really good. The one thing I'll say though is he is a little biased. I am surprised he didn't pick Ramos. Do you have any thoughts about that?
Um, I was surprised a little bit, but at the same time, he's going for a young group.
Hmm.
Ramos is not as good as he was before, so he's going for a young squad. I can understand why people are mad at that, but it's a new era, so I think that's why he's leaving behind.
Yeah, I agree. The one guy I always feel bad for, because I love Ramos. Ramos is probably like top three players for me. I love him to death because I'm a Madrista, but like he did have his time. He won a World Cup already. He's won 2 Euros, so I understand. You give it to the younger guys. The only thing I would say about that, why I would be like, oh, like he's great. He's a great captain. He
Yeah.
doesn't even have to play. He'd be great leadership because I don't really think Busquets has that leadership in him.
Mhm. And I
But
think too, like he brings in Busquets, but not Ramos. They're both towards the end of their careers, but
yeah,
Busquets it's different. Like he plays really well for Spain.
yeah, no, I totally understand that. That's why I have no problem with Busquets, and that's why I said like that's the only thing I could say about him not bringing Ramos. The only downfall. Besides that, like I think it makes sense. But the one that really kills me is the yeah, man. That
Yeah,
one,
I
that one.
understand that completely, man. Like I don't even
You
fault
know
him.
what? I have to agree with him. Like when I saw the goal, he's obviously Simon, who I think is very underrated just in general, not even in La Liga. I thought, okay, he's the new starter, but Sanchez, it was a coin toss for me. It was more David Rea, who I was like, really? Like we're gonna put him in? But
Like
I thought if anyone, yeah, De Gea or even Kepa, like he was really, putting in some good performances. I thought he was going to sneak into the squad, but
but
see what happens.
De Gea has been disrespected his whole career, man. He has not gotten his flowers, man.
He's a great shot stopper, probably one of the greatest of our generations. But when it comes to playing, like passing out the back, playing with the team, and especially in that system that Luis Enrique wants to play, just doesn't fit in.
I
It's
I understand, but just to have him on the bench, man, just have him on the bench. I feel
he's
so bad.
ruthless. He's ruthless. He's gonna leave out these really good players, but that's how he is.
Well, that's the last two thing. That's the last thing I have to say. But yeah, Spain first. People are sleeping on them a little bit. You know, might be wrong about Germany, but let's see. I kind of hope I'm right though, because sorry, my German friends out there, but I was going for Argentina back in 2014, and you killed me with that 7-1 with Brazil. But let's see Japan and Spain make it through the round of 16. Oh, also quickly, Rudiger also said, I don't know if you saw, he said if this team wins the World Cup, I think he said, it'll be far more than what I expect to get from this team or something like that. Like he sounds pretty
Low expectations.
No
very
expectation.
low expectation, very kind of pessimistic.
Mm.
Well, it's definitely not the best German team ever assembled for a World Cup, but coming from one of the leaders on that team, it's
It's a
really eye-opening.
red
Maybe he's
flag,
got a point. Yeah.
very big red flag. So that's another reason. If again, if Japan won today, I would have been like 100% sold on this. but they lost. So, but that's kind of good for Canada. So happy for them. Anyways, that's all I have to say.
All right. Well, that I think concludes episode 4. Let us know what you guys think in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you guys next episode.
Later.
Later.